Hello and welcome. I'm Giovanni Hart, and I like to draw and play video games. Today we're organizing some Pokemon cards from my collection and some that I picked up today. It's gonna be a chill stream. While I'm doing that, I'll be listening to a podcast by Rotten Man and just YouTube in general. Yeah, chill session. Let's enjoy. Feel free to ask questions. Let's go. Working on base, jungle, fossil, sets. Let's go.
Bada bing, bada boo.
During the Olympics, if you ever watch the equestrian games, you're looking at a lot of science inside the horse. The horses are the science. They are fine-tuned like cars. I mean, they're basically Formula One cars, but alive and breathing, and that's, horsepower. They are genetically tested. They're bred to make sure that they are well-bred, that they're well fit for the games that they're entering. One lab testing that you can get done on a horse is for the speed gene. It's a very specific gene. If a horse has this specific gene, they are going to be more predisposed to develop what they call the fast twitch muscles. They're perfect for the sprint, but they're not going to be endurance horses. So the genes of a horse can even tell you if a horse is going to be predisposed to liking dirt or turf, which is very important. The lab says some clients will even have their horses tested as soon as they're born. Then they can just map out a plan for all of their
Just
individual
replacing some of
horses,
these sleeves.
which trainer they're going to go
Remember,
see, which type of sport they're
well,
going to specialize in. And there's a
the
lot of
deeper
specialty.
condensation.
There's a lot of different ways you can
Cold,
look at a horse.
bony.
I mean, obviously, I'm not just talking from like an ophthalmology standpoint. Let's
I am
start
happy
with
to say
English
that
writing. You have
I
dressage,
officially
often called
collected
horse
all the
ballet.
cards from
It's
my
how a
base set.
writer is able to guide their horse
I have a
through
special
a
project coming. I guess
complex
you guys can guess
movement
what.
performance. It's an Olympic sport. It's all about the grace, the control of the horse.
I haven't
If
signed
you
on
are
your due
me
for
and
it
you are
yet.
uncultured and you watch this on TV
Just
during the
organizing
Olympics,
stuff.
it looks like the
We
horse
did, didn't we?
yes, it's doing like a little dalliance, like a little dance.
You got 12
Like a
more
little tippy toe
cards to
dance. That's
complete
what it looks like. The
Fossil
horse is
Jungle
galloping in
base set.
place. It looks like it's just skipping in place, which, side note, when they skip in place, the horse appears
And you guys
motionless at
collect
certain points, but that
cards
is
or finishing
exerting an
sets and
enormous amount of
decks.
energy on the
Thanks
horse
so much.
because
Appreciate
trotting
that.
in place defies the laws of motion
Hmm.
I
for
have
a
nice
horse. It
Interesting.
couple of
actually
cards
is like
picked up today.
physically very difficult. They're probably
be
sweating
surprised.
from trotting in place.
hardest
And I'm
cards
just
to
like, look at
find
him, look at the tippy toes. That's what it
are
is.
the common
These
ones.
horses have to train for like a minimum of 8 to 12 years to
Like the
do the tippy toe
non-hollow.
dance.
Wow.
That's
You only
dressage.
protect
Then you
to
head
keep
into
the
show
hollows.
jumping. That's where the horses and the riders, they have to
Makes
clear a
sense,
course
though.
of obstacles. They look like fences without knocking them down. It's about speed. It's about clearing the rounds, although most of them look incredibly graceful, I will say. But with any equestrian event, there has to be a lot of trust and relationship established between the horse and the
Pokemon
rider.
Breeder.
Show jumping.
This card
with
was
that
so
being
hard to
said,
find for some
so
reason.
elegant,
I don't
so
know
graceful,
why.
so beautiful. I could never do that. If you've never seen it,
This
I'm
is
just
why I
gonna
go to
give
your
you a
local
visual in
card
your head for the
shows.
audio listeners. You know when you have the dog competitions and you have the dog like
Ah,
jumping through
nice
the obstacle
pickup.
courses? It's like that, but you're on the Australian Shepherd's back. But also,
Okay.
your outfit is great. It looks good. It looks artistic. I'm uncultured. It's the only way I can describe it. The third of the English disciplines is called eventing, where you do dressage, show jumping, cross country. Cross country is essentially American Ninja Warrior, but on a horse. You go through like a full outdoor obstacle course. You've got logs in ditches of water. You've got water features that complicate the horse, and horses get spooked very easily. So you have to make sure that they don't get spooked, and you get penalized for refusals. That's when the horse is like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. You get penalized for that. You get penalized for falling, obviously. Or, interestingly, you get penalized for going too fast or too slow. I didn't know that was a thing, but you have to be in the sweet spot of allotted time. You actually get penalized if you're faster than that allotted time. Every second faster than that little sweet spot time, you have a penalty.
Why is that?
I think that they're also
Actually
trying to
seen a
prevent
horse show
reckless,
live.
dangerous
That's actually
acts on a
pretty
horse
interesting.
Huh.
by
Like when they
going
go
too
through the
fast, and
obstacle
it's
course
about
and all
like
stuff.
the
It's pretty cool stuff.
agility and the consistent speed instead of just like
Surprised.
bursts
It's a
of
lot of
sprinting through.
really like
So
what I
they're
saw was a
looking
lot
for
of
a lot of different things.
females,
These sports,
women,
how much of that
and they're
is the
all very
horse
small
doing
and
the
tiny.
sport versus the
But I guess in
person
that
on top
sport,
of the horse?
it's
Both.
better for you to be a
So
smaller
there are
person
really, really
and
good
lightweight
riders, but the
for your
horses,
horse to do those
that's
things.
why horse
I'm seeing all these
shoes
small
for
little
reproduction is
women
one of the most
on these
expensive
giant
liquids in the
horses.
world. If you have a really well-bred stallion, if you have a really
So
well-bred
yeah, being
show
small
horse,
is good for that sport.
their specimen to
Alright.
procreate other horses can
These
be
are all the
very expensive to
non-hollows
purchase. So it's
that we
all about the
got
horse
for the set.
lineage and also
Now
the
they're
rider.
organized.
It's a
So
mixture of both. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think the Western ones are a little
these
bit more
sleeves
fun.
on.
So the Western riding disciplines and competitions,
And I have
you've
my
got
chart.
reining. This is about
The last
the
card I
athletic
picked up for this
prowess
base
of the
set
horse.
was
So it's dressage, but kind of
Nido
more
King. I don't know
rodeo
why.
level. I mean, it's all about
Trying to
how
find
a
this card
horse
was
can
so
do a series
hard.
of patterns, sliding stops, spins, flying lead changes.
I don't know if you
One
can see it on the
redditor
camera.
says it
A little
primarily
shaky there.
focused on moving your horse with very little hand movements. The
Trying
focus
to
is
find
on
this
using
card
your
was so
seat
hard.
and your legs almost
Got it for
exclusively
good
to
price.
control this horse.
Here, add that to the hollow binder.
We are pioneers.
Is this you? Yeah, this is
As
me.
our forefathers before us.
What's
Master
up?
Metal and fire to explore untouched frontiers.
So I'm gonna do all
are
these.
builders, forging a path into the unknown,
The first one,
wielding time.
got the
as our
Venusaur,
chisel
have that. That's in a different
to
pile.
carve our
The
names
B drill.
onto the annals of history.
We got Beedrill,
Our guardians.
Dragonair.
Bound
Sorry the camera's a
by
little blurry because it's trying to focus on the shine.
plunging into an endless void,
Dragonair.
sailing toward unending peace.
So this is 17, 18,
Onward,
19,
ever onward.
20. Oh, we can replace this one now. I had some of these that are beat up, so we're gonna replace this one with the newer one. Just to show you guys, like. Also, I had some of these old cards too. I just want to upgrade some of them. This is the first one I ever had. Like I got this like way back in the day. Like you see how beat up that is. So I was really happy to be able to find a newer copy, rare condition. But when you're, when you're small and collecting, you're not really thinking about conditions of cards and stuff and protecting them. Just want to have fun with them. Too much fun. Alright, so that was
And the energy
20,
is different.
21,
it appears that it's taking place
22,
inside like a dirt pit
20,
in a stadium.
23
and I
will
love
be
horses. I think they're so
perfect.
majestic. I have
Now
a rational
all-
fear of sustaining
and I
a
have
brain
all
injury on a horse, but other
cards
than
in
that,
the
I
base
feel like
set,
they're smarter
which
than
I'm
me.
finally happy.
However, when
Let's
you
put them in
watch
the
this for
correct
the
order.
first time, all I can compare it to is like when your dog has the zoomies and they're zooming and
So,
they're like skidding to a
17,
stop and you're
18,
on top of the horse. That's what
19,
a lot of the Western
Electro Buzz.
competitions look like. And I'm sure it takes a
Electrode.
lot of skill. And then you have, interestingly, I mean, you also have like the
Arcanine.
equestrian events that are
Arcane.
more focused on
Arcanine.
the rider, about how the rider is able to control
Pidgeotto.
their horse. Then you have like the show horse events
Charmeleon.
where it's really just about the horse.
Man, it's so
itself
nostalgia
and their
looking at some of
breeding
these
and their
old cards.
stance and all of that.
Is it old? Oh
as
yeah,
well
these are
as
old.
horse show performances.
These are like the
Cavalia.
vintage.
It's like
This is
Cirque du
the-
Soleil meets
you had
horses.
first edition set,
Acrobats on a
then you had
horse.
Shadowless,
I mean, these are just
then you had,
few shows in sports that horses are the center
Base set
of.
Unlimited.
And of course, sports like polo. I can't forget polo.
Base set
before
Unlimited is
everyone gets
basically
mad at
when they
me.
first
If this
introduced
is a field that's three
shadows
football
on it.
fields long. Everyone is on a horse.
And also,
Horses
no
are like
first edition
1,000
stamp.
pounds, even though they're called
Then
polo
there's,
ponies.
and what I
They're not
learned
ponies,
the
they're
other
massive
day,
horses.
there's a fourth
And the
set.
riders have to use these little mallets to hit and aim at this tiny.
Oh, you have a
white
funny
ball.
story? Yeah, go ahead,
Each
share.
polo pony
There's actually a
is building,
fourth
like,
printing of the
30
cards
miles
where
per hour.
it has
all their tails have to be wrapped
has
so
a
that nobody gets
2000.
equipment or
There
their
was
tails
4
don't get
prints
tangled
of
with
the
each other,
base
causing
set.
injuries. It's
First
a
edition, which
dangerous
was like the first
sport.
one, obviously.
Most elite polo
Shadowless was
players
like the
have at
second
least
print
10 polo
without the
ponies
first edition
for
logo.
one match.
Then
They
this is the
swap
third
through
set they
ponies
printed,
in one
which is the
match
most
because
common
a
one.
few minutes
That's
of
not the most
polo
common
ponying,
one.
the pony is
Then there's a
tired,
fourth
and they have to
set, which
fly
I
these
learned, which is
horses
very
in
cool.
from all
And
different
yes,
parts of the world when they have a
I
polo
like to go
match.
for,
But
I
here's
only
an
like
interesting
pristine
detail.
10.
Sometimes the polo
I need
ponies
decent enough
are
to
all
put in
the
a
same.
display
Not the
case
same
and in
breed,
a binder.
not the same look,
These are
but
all pretty much
genetic
near mint.
carbon copies, genetic clones
So like
of
really
each
good
other.
condition.
What do you
In
mean?
They
my,
started cloning
in my
ponies.
eyes. I'm pretty sure
Lab made.
going in a
Lab
magnifying
made
glass
from
you'll
some of
find
the
some
best
issues,
polo
but
ponies They
The
clone
front
them.
and surface are really good on these.
There's one top player, and he's from Argentina, I believe, and he
We
has
got 25.
6
So
of the
Dugong,
same exact pony,
Bertini,
genetically speaking. They are
Farfetch,
clones. He has 6 clones.
Rowlet,
There's a lot of drama there. I mean, some people believe eventually
Haunter.
Polo is going to be a game of who can
Very
clone
nice
horses
Haunter.
the best, rather than
Ivysaur.
who can play Polo the best.
And now I
Other people
realize
think it's
the
becoming
cards are not
even
in
more
order.
expensive to learn the
You
sport
thought
of
they'll have
Polo.
like
There's a lot
Bulbasaur,
of drama,
Ivysaur,
even who
Venusaur.
has the rights
It's all
over
mixed
each
up. It's
clone.
interesting.
There's so much drama.
Got the
There's a lot
Jinx,
of scandals. It's a very
Kadabra,
complicated story where players are now saving genetic
Kakuna,
samples of their horse's skin
Machoke,
in cryogenic storage
Magikarp,
chambers. The
Magmar,
horse world is crazy.
Yeah.
Nidorina,
It seems like each division of equestrian
Poliwhirl,
sports, the horse world,
Porygon,
they've got their own fair share of
Raticate,
scandals. And for
Seal,
Valatar, this is a horse show
War
in
Turtle,
California, they have a lot of
Zebra,
scandals. The owners
Bulbasaur,
of the horse show Valatar
Caterpie,
are this wealthy
Charmander,
couple. They're pretty
Piglet,
conventionally attractive as well. It's kind of
Dodeo,
important later, but they're the Remleys. The Remleys look
Drowsy,
like your standard rich couple
Ghastly,
from San Diego. Mark
Poffin,
Remley, the
Machop,
husband, he's a bit older. He
Magnemite,
looks very fit, but in a nerdy way. I don't know
Metapod.
how to describe it. He looks fit.
You said it
in the
was
way
worthless.
that
You had a
Jeff
mint condition?
Bezos looks fit. Like, you
Sorry, I missed some of the
remember
chat.
Jeff
Mint
Bezos
condition what?
as a bald
What do you have
nerd,
mint condition?
and then now he's like
And you gave it
jacked
to
and
him?
bald, but you can just
What was it?
tell it just doesn't sit normally with him. Like, he just doesn't move like
Oh,
he's always been
Charizard.
fit his whole
You know
life.
what?
Like
I'm gonna tell you
genetically
something.
modified.
Exactly. Like, it just
You-
doesn't
oh,
feel
no, that was
like
not
it
over.
just feels like a little
You, sir,
weird.
that's
I
not the
don't know
first or the
the
last
best
time
look on him.
you're gonna hear that story.
Mark
There are
Remley looks
so
fit
many
the way
people
Jeff Bezos looks fit.
who didn't
And then
realize
you have
what they
the
had
wife,
back then
Tatiana
and what they're
Remley.
worth now.
And Tatiana, she's
Like, I was looking
blonde.
at
She's
prices.
got a
Like, I was
Sports
lucky
Illustrated
enough
model
to.
cover body, and she's
I
also
remember
the
my
star
friend, he
of
was
the
getting rid of
Valatar
his
Horse Show.
cards
She's an
because, you
equestrian,
know,
she's a
Pokemon wasn't
writer.
cool anymore.
They've invested over $20
And
million
he gave me
into the show,
a
and they
base set
lose every single
Charizard.
penny of it. I mean, the list of
And it was in
Valatar scandals goes
amazing,
on, but
pretty
it
good condition.
includes
Like,
horses
I'll give it
abandoned with
7
nothing to eat,
for
performers
condition.
quit over massive
And I didn't
weight
realize
differences over Tatiana. Later,
I had this
owners are
card
known
still.
to be
Like,
swingers at a
actually, he
strip
gave me a
club that
bunch
a
of
lot
cards.
celebrities attend, and this
And
is
just
not necessarily
like,
a
I
scandal, but
remember
that was
when
more of an interesting side quest. And
I was
former
visiting my
suckers will come
mom
out to say more
and
or
my
less,
grandma.
Tatiana
My mom's like,
doesn't
hey,
even
look at
know how to
these.
ride a horse.
And she brought out these cards in this box. I didn't realize what they were at the time. I opened this
It's like
old box,
Cavalia,
and there's
they
a
are
lot,
after
a lot
that
of
on horses.
Charizard,
Cirque du Soleil
Mewtwo,
meets
all these
horses.
base set hollows, some from Jungle, some from
I see.
Neo
And,
Genesis
Tatiana
and
doesn't
stuff.
even know
And I
how to
thought those
ride a
were
horse
lost,
well.
gone to
And he's
time.
supposed to be doing a
Like, I had
handstand
no idea I
on a
still
horse
had
that's
those.
galloping around
And then
the
just
atrium.
recently, this year,
But
it's
the
like, you know
biggest
what?
scandal to come out
I
of
kind of want to
Avatar
finish
has
that
to be
set.
the decapitated
So I went
horse
through
head
all
on
my
the
cards, looking at the ones that were the condition of them. I had a couple that were in good condition.
I mean, it has,
Some of the
it's
halls were
not
very
a real
heavily
horse
played.
head. It's a
So I just went through a
decapitated
list,
horse
like
head
which cards were
from one of
good,
their
enough
very
condition to
expensive
like
horse
display.
statues that they have in their
And I was
front
like,
lawn
I just
of
want to
their
finish the set,
$5.5
man.
million
I just been
house
going
in Del
around
Mar,
local
California.
card
This is near
shops
San Diego.
and small shows and
And
just
it's
picking
really
up,
not a mistake. No one
cards here
is
like
not like one of
$5,
their
$2
housekeepers
here and stuff.
accidentally knocked
Obviously,
over
the
the
hollow
statue while
ones cost
sweeping, and
more,
in a
but
moment of panic,
I was
they
like,
placed
I just
the
want to finish the
decapitated horse
set.
statue
I never
head
finished the
onto
set or
people's
had
bed,
all of them.
changed their government
I was
name,
like, I just
ran
want to focus
off
on the
to a new
first
state to
print
start a new business.
of every
That
card,
is
not
not the
first
case
edition,
here.
first print
This is
of
a targeted
151.
message. This is a threat. And by the
And
end
today,
of it, one of the Remlets,
I started doing this
one of the
since
founders of the Valatar Horse Show,
end of
will
January,
be dead.
and I'm just 12 cards away from completing everything. So it's pretty cool.
6,800 global destinations on the
And I
list.
plan to do a little special
One
project
place
with
to
them.
always come back to. Make life count. Book now.
Yeah, you just
More
go
life
through your
in
old
real
stuff and be
life.
surprised what you
Book
have. You
space.
never know what you have. And it's actually kind of fun hunting them down. I've been going to like local card shops, and I just went to a card show, and you see stuff like, oh, I need that. Cards like Poliwag, Poliwag, what you didn't care about before, all of a sudden become very special, like, because I need that card to complete the set. So yeah, let's go to the rest of these. So Metapod, Nidorino, Onyx. And it's like pretty cool seeing these old artwork. The vintage just had a certain look I like.
we would like to
Where
thank
it all
the
started.
sponsors who made it possible for Rotten Mango to support
Poliwag.
the National Immigration Law Coalition.
Netta,
NILC is
Sandshrews,
one of the leading
Squirtle,
advocacy
Starmie,
organizations in the
Staryu,
U.S. dedicated
Tangela,
to advancing
Voltorb.
and
Look at this old
defending
artwork.
the rights and opportunities
looks
of
so
immigrants
good.
and their loved ones. This episode's partnerships have also made it
Vulpix,
possible to support
Weedle.
Rotten Mango's growing team, and we'd also
So we
like to
got
thank you
all the
guys for your
Pokemon for
continued
that
support.
base set.
As always, full show notes are available at
You know what else I
RottenMangoPodcast.com.
discovered too?
If you
That I never
discover
paid
there
attention
are
to it.
mentions of potential CA,
For the base set,
religious trauma,
I always thought the
very
base
brief,
set
And
You have an old
additionally,
Pikachu?
mental health and
I'm looking for a
self-esteem
red cheek
conversations.
Pikachu
So
because
please take
that
care of
one
yourself, and this
is more
becomes too
valuable.
much, take a break, and
But I
we'll
don't
see you in the
think
next
they
one.
made
With that being said,
red
let's
cheek
get started.
Pikachu for
When it comes to
base
the
set.
ultimate fantasy, the saying is, no two are the same, right? That
I'm
doesn't
not
apply.
sure, but I know
Everyone
there's
has
a red
similar
cheek
fantasies
Pikachu.
and interests,
If I can
apparently.
find one of those, it'd be
You
very
like
cool.
watching your partner have intimate
'Cause this
relations
one,
with somebody else in front of you?
it's just like
Yeah,
yellow.
shoot a ditty, okay? Get
Then they
online,
fixed it,
click
it's like
share.
red cheeks
There's
now.
lots of people. Now,
Yeah.
the
And what else I
UC
discovered
ropes,
too was
there's a
that
whole community built on the
all
art of
along, when I
tying
heard
rope
base set, I
ends
thought
quickly.
it had
However,
all
even if
of the
you have this
151
super
Pokemon.
niche,
It does not.
specialized interest where you
They
think
spread out the
there's nobody
151
else that
Pokemon,
has the
or
same fantasy
150,
as I do,
between
they
base
are
set,
ready. Such as
Fossil,
watching
and
Lady
Jungle.
Antoinette do the
And just for
balance
Jungle
on a
and Fossil,
champagne
since there was not a
bottle,
lot of
a
Pokemon,
historical figure from
they
France
made
do the
hollows
balance
and
on a
non-hollow
champagne
versions
bottle.
of
If
certain
you have
cards
thought about
just
that
to make the set bigger.
extensively at night and it keeps you
So that's
up,
something I
you
learned
are
too.
not entirely alone.
Also,
And
last
there
year I
is
bought
someone
him
here to
a
make it
random
happen
card
for you.
pack for his
The
birthday,
Sanctum
and he got a
Club.
Rainbow
This is the
Mewtwo.
place where
Ooh,
nothing
that is
legal
nice.
is off the table. There
Rainbow
are
Mewtwo.
lots of
That is
places
very
where
cool.
you can go and watch your partner
I
have
know some of you
intimate
guys play
relations with someone
Yu-Gi-Oh,
else right in front of
but
your face, but none
a
of
new
them are
set
like
came
the
out
Sanctum Club. That's what all the
for
Sanctum
Burst
members will tell
Protocol,
you. Sanctum Club
and
is an elite
I bought 2
sex club in
packs,
Beverly Hills that has been
and I
called
got
half
the
pagan
chase
sex
card
cult,
everybody
half
wants.
entertainment
I made a
mogul
post about it
after
on
party
my
sex club.
channel,
Say
you'll
that
see
one
it.
more time.
I got the
What?
Forbidden
Yeah, some
Crown
people think it's like a pagan
Starlight
sex
Rare
cult. It's
on my
like
first
not
pack.
super
So I was like,
religious.
okay,
Oh.
I'm done.
Or it's
I don't
a
need to open this
half
pack anymore.
entertainment
I'm definitely
mogul
keeping that.
after party sex club.
So the
Where
Yu-Gi-Oh
all the
players, they know
Hollywood
that is.
directors go after the Oscars and they watch
Starlight
everybody
Rare is like the
do
highest rarity
bounce.
you can get for
Okay,
that card.
that's like, which one is it? We don't know.
Is
It's
it
up
still
to you.
offered?
And know what else was
It
cool?
is
I
still
didn't
operating
know
with new owners.
there were so many
Okay.
trainers
Yeah.
for a
Actually,
base
one of the
set. Like
members bought
some of these
out the
cards, I
club
don't think I've ever
and they
seen
operated
before.
it. I did
I had to
go
look at them
on
like I'd never
and
seen that
go
card
down a rabbit
before.
hole on
So it's
Reddit.
cool to see a
Some
complete
people say
set.
it's past its prime
Because
time.
no one really cared about trainers
So
back then.
there's like lots of debates of
Was
which
part of the
club,
set,
and
so I
think
need
they
them.
do a lot of more parties and
Oh yeah,
events in New
I
York.
have Yu-Gi-Oh
And then
and
I went down
Pokemon. That was
a
my
rabbit
main
hole, and they
thing.
said, the best parties in New York are the ones that you need an invite to that nobody really knows the club name.
I started Magic only for
Okay,
IPs that I
it's
really
up to you
like.
to decide which is a more fitting description for a sanctum. You usually don't even
I
know
we're gonna
who's going to be
organize
in
these, put them in the right
attendance
spot. So
beforehand. You have to give up
70.
your phone at the door. You have to sign an
so
ironclad
70 square
NDA
doll,
before going
computer
in.
research.
The only reason that we even know about this club is, well, for how secretive they are.
So
they've
that's
got a whole
71. So we
season
need to
of a
put
reality show. Online
71.
readily
So
available to watch, and we're gonna get more into that
put
later
these here.
because
So
Tatiana and Mark Remley are on the show.
70, 71,
That plus
72,
a few writers and a few
73,
column writers, journalists
74.
were allowed inside and were able to describe the party
Last is
without mentioning
75.
any specific guest. Each party is different. Each crowd of attendees is
That's
different.
perfect.
But for each party,
That's
you have a
75.
group of devotees.
76.
These are the performers
We're
that work
77.
for Sanctum. That's what they're called.
77,
they are
Pokemon
the
Breeder.
erotic theater performers. They're the show. Depending on the theme,
And
their performance will
78,
differ.
Scoop.
Sometimes it consists of them
Which
dressing
is
up
a
as bunnies
very funny
and standing
artwork.
as still as
I like when they did
possible
some
as
3D
human
stuff.
furniture
These
that
details
you can
very
go.
early
Other
3D.
times, after
That
a
Udo's
private
fun.
dinner
I never
party,
seen this card before. It
these
made me laugh.
devotees will climb on top of the dinner table and carry
When you're
on
doing full
with
sets, it makes you discover the
consumption
cards people don't
of
really pay attention
things that
to.
are not food.
What?
They're all
What?
eating each other, okay?
79,
They're all
perfect.
doing nasty to each other on the dinner table after the dinner party. I do think the health department might take issue with that.
Yeah,
but for a
very sure I
restaurant
still have
establishment,
like
it's a private
2009
party,
to
so I
2012
guess
years. Oh
perhaps
yeah.
it gets a pass. Sometimes
When did
the
Yu-Gi-Oh come
performance
out?
will
I can't
include
remember.
one of the devotees dressed up as Lady Antoinette, a historical figure, sitting on top of a coffee table doing ungodly, unspeakable things to a champagne bottle that hasn't been popped yet. And the only thing I can think of is
I
that
know.
seems really dangerous.
Yeah.
Because
This
at least
card
you should
is very
empty
cool.
it, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the most important part about Sanctum Club,
Alright,
actually
we have
really
all those
orange.
cards
yeah, I know,
perfectly in
and it
order.
was on the
Whoa.
reality show.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
What is on the reality show? The performances on the reality show?
lots of stuff was on the reality show.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, lots of stuff. So, but the most important part about Sanctum Club is that your
80,
biggest fears,
81,
they tell you, the biggest fears that
82,
you have about an
83,
intimate club
84,
is not going to come
85,
true. What is the biggest fear?
86,
If you go on Reddit and
87,
you look up
88,
biggest fear about going to a sex
89,
club, an intimate club,
90,
everyone
91,
is going to be
92,
unhygienic and ugly. That's people's
93,
biggest fears. What if
94,
I go and I'm the
95,
hottest one in the room and I'm not even that
96,
hot? That's what
97,
people say on Reddit, okay?
98,
People attending the
99,
clubs are scared to go
100,
see, God
101,
forbid,
102.
ugly people.
Perfect.
That's terrifying for them. them. Then the next sphere is that everyone
Have you been
at the
gaining
better
any
clubs,
traction so
right?
far?
Sometimes you go to an elite
Sorry.
club And you're like, okay, well, surely the
I'm very
pool's
sure I
gonna
still
be
have like
better here.
2006.
And then you go.
Yu-Gi-Oh
and you
came out in
find
1996.
Really ugly, old, rich dudes and really hot young
Really?
girls, and that's it. So there's lots of
1996?
fears. With Sanctum Club, they say this doesn't happen because even the
1996?
old, ugly, rich
Yu-Gi-Oh?
guys, they get vetted. And
Wait,
you
is
can't be
that
too old,
Japan
you can't
or
be
when
too
did it come to
ugly. You can
America?
never be too rich.
I
though.
know
With Sanctum Club,
these come to
those that have
America
attended
later
straight, you
on.
don't have to worry. I mean, first
So
of all,
Yu-Gi-Oh's
women
probably
are
out
outweighing
by
in
then,
numbers
but
most of the time, and they're
when
all
did it come
wearing,
to
like, expensive
America?
bras that cost over $1,000 for one bra. High heels. Everybody's fit.
Actually, now I'm
everybody's
curious to look
attractive,
that up.
Everybody's wearing a mask. It looks like Cirque du Soleil meets a Victoria's Secret fashion show. People refer to it as quote.
When did Yu-Gi-Oh come to America? When the shows? Oh my god. That was in Japan, right? Yeah, September 17th. RIP to creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! He died trying to save some swimmers from drowning. That's so sad. No, it was a sad year. I think it was last year, the year before last year. I lost my favorite people who were part of my childhood, who created my childhood. Thank God we still have the Pokemon creator, Ken Ken Sugagoro. I can't say the name. Ken Sugimori. But yeah, we lost Akira Toriyama to what we understand to believe be a we call those things again. It's like that ticking time bomb in your brain. Uh it's so scary. And I actually lost a teacher to that in real life. Well, they're both real life. What's it called again? Aneurysm. What we understand to be an aneurysm. I lost a very teacher to very beloved teacher, like to the whole school. Not a brain tumor. It's like an aneurysm. It's basically like a blood vessel in your brain that when it pops or bursts, it like causes it bleeds out really fast, so it causes pressure and it causes you like to pass really fast. Like it's a very hard to detect. It's basically a brain bleeding in the brain. And you can have one and not know it for years until it's like, it bursts and it's like too late. Basically, it's like bleeding in the brain because it's something like a vein or something bursts. Very scary. Like you can have it for years and not realize it. Then like a certain movement or action, yeah, it's scary. Like that's like my newest fear. And a certain accident or something can cause it to like burst. Yeah, but try not to think about that. You can't live your life in fear. Things happen, unfortunately. Alright, so we got the base set, all the non-halls for the base set all organized. So I'm gonna put these away in here. Oh, it's such a big stack. I have the hollows on the side. The last hollow I picked up for that set. Perfect. So this is done. This checklist is finally done. The last card, I kid you not, the last card what I needed for this set. The Nidoking. How fitting. I'm gonna add this Nidoking to its group of buddies. You know what's fun? When I was running around checking off all the stuff, I was getting so close. I took some notes here. Like I don't need pristine 10, but also I see certain cards and it's like a good price. I may update some of them, but the ones I have I'm really happy with. Like I'm nitpicking at this point. Like some of my notes like the Nidoking. Like one little kind of scratch on the back. Am I really gonna see the back? Probably not. So it's not needed. So I'm nitpicking. And right here, the Raichu. This is a little scuff mark, a little dirt. I probably can wipe that off. So I'm gonna go to this. So yeah, base set is done. But let's show you the hollows for that. Ugh. I've been going through so much cards this week. Like I took out all my cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, and mostly Pokemon. I have some newer stuff for Pokemon, but I don't know, the old stuff just hits more nostalgia. I'm excited to add to the set and updating the cards. Look at that. Like this is like from when I was young, childhood stuff. But mind you, I got these like after, so these are probably already beat up before I got them. I never had money for them. My friends gave me a bunch of old stuff, which is dope. Alright. This is where the good stuff is in here. Let's get these out of here. Organizing that. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, there's so much stuff in here. Okay. This is a combination of old ones and new ones. That white sheet there. Yeah, just 12 more. I just need 12 more. And out of 12, 4 more hollows and the rest are commons. Surprisingly enough, I was able to find the 4 I need, but the condition of them were really bad. And I told myself, I'd rather have, for me, I know myself, this is the card I had my friend gave me a long time ago. This is my crown jewel. This is the one card I knew as a young person, young kid, to take really good care of. So yeah. I was like, I had this card, so like, I gotta get the rest of his friends. So yeah, I took care of this one real well. For base set and all those sets with Charizard, usually Charizard is the most expensive for base set. So yeah, this is the most expensive card for this lot, for sure. And I'm so glad I had that because I was looking at prices for people who were trying to do base set, and Charizard always comes with a premium price, always. Even for the ones in like poor condition, they still cost a lot of money. This one is not graded, but I gave conditioning. I'm gonna be fair. I'll say it's a 7. Honestly, it's not like a pristine 10 or anything crazy. If it was, I would not be having it like that. So even for like 7 or something like that, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Even for the old ones, and I'm not surprised, a lot of cards, even if they're damaged and bent, still cost a lot of money, which is amazing. And people still buy them. I almost bought a Flareon because I really wanted to finish the set today. This Flareon was so good. But unfortunately, it was damaged on the back. The front was amazing, but the back was too much damage for my liking. It was like all creased up on the back. But somehow the front looked amazing. Base set Charizard Unlimited. Obviously, prices based on conditioning and stuff, but these are just general prices. Yeah, ungraded, just an ungraded Charizard alone is 400, around 400. Ungraded, which is a lot. People buy bent Charizard. Yeah, people do buy bent Charizard. Anything Charizard, especially like base set or the iconic this one, even the newer ones cost a lot of money. They're also not gonna be as high like the PSA 10 one. For PSA 10, Charizard for this one from PSA 10, it will be $18,000. So roughly $19,000 PSA 10. And then, know what's crazy? When you just go to PSA or a grade 9, it drops down to 3,000, so almost $4,000. Just 9.5. Well, obviously, this is like charting. So it's like, up and down. So one day it can be like, if this was a PSA 10, oh my god. I'll be so happy, but we know it's not. But yes, let's get back to the base sets. We're add our Nidoking to that set. These were cool pickups I got. I got these back last month from a friend who gave me a good deal. And I never had a Blastoise or a Venusaur. Crazy. Now I have all 3, which I'm happy about. I'm gonna put this in a regular case soon. depending what I do with them. But yeah, let's get these in the file organized. So we got the Alakazam, the Chansey, the Fairy, the Gyarados. A lot of Gyarados out there. And the Hitmonchan, a lot of these. And honestly, the Machamp. Did you know that the Machamp is only in first edition? If you get a non-first edition Machamp, what's base set? That one is worth a lot of money, but the backing is different. It will say something like a trainer deck A or B. So actually having a non-first edition holo Machamp or non-holo Machamp is very rare. Is rarer than the first edition Machamp because it only, well, it was mass printed as first edition in starter decks and stuff like that. A lot of stuff I learned looking up these cards. I came back because I didn't want to miss out. Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, I learned so much about these cards. And Mewtwo. So cool. I thought Mewtwo would be a stronger card. It's only 68 hit points. But you know, like watching Mewtwo the movie, or the first Pokemon movie, Mewtwo's like the strongest. I'm surprised he was so low. Charizard's the strongest one of them all. That's why it's so popular. Even Ninetales is stronger than Mewtwo. But I guess Psychic types back then, in the show and in the video games, were like a menace. They're like very unstoppable. That's good. A lot of this one. And it's Raichu. This Raichu, I'm happy with. But I feel like I can try to clean this up here a little bit. Other than that, I'm happy with these. So we're going to put them in order. So just put the Charizard away. Because I need to put in a proper sleeve. And we can finally add the Nidoking. We're going to put them in their sequence. This is 2. Alakazam is 1. Alakazam is 1. That's 1, 2, 3. Who's 4? Oh, Charizard's 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one's from childhood. 8, 9, 10. And the final card to Resistance. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Yes. Base set is completed. So I'm going to put those back. I need to change this case out, but I don't have a thing right now. How much am I missing? I'm missing 12 cards from Fossil and Jungle. And out of those 12 cards, 4 are hollow. I saw them today, but the conditionings were too bad. I didn't want to get them because I'm very picky. I feel like they didn't meet my standards. They're not. I don't need pristine 10, but they were too heavily loved for my liking. So I'm just holding out. I could have finished the whole set for all the hollows today. But I was like, I'd rather wait and see what else is out there because there's other card shows and stuff I'll probably find, or just walk in a random store. Eventually I'll find it. Because the ones we're missing are not too hard to get. They're not like the big popular ones like, Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, and like Snorlax and all those ones. So I was willing to wait and find ones that suit my liking. But I kind of wish I got them, but I know my future self will thank me. Because if it's not to my liking, I'm going to buy it again, which I don't want to do. And make sure you make a list of all the cards you need, because you will buy... Oops. If you don't make a list, trust me, you will buy cards double. Sorry, just gonna refocus that. You'll buy cards double. Like, I made a mistake of buying a card I thought I didn't have. I bought like 3 times. So always have a list. Alright, we're moving on to Jungle. Jungle. What we're missing from Jungle is the Pinsir. We got the non-hollow Pinsir, which is okay. So the only holo I'm missing from here is the pincer and the Wigglytuff. Those ones shouldn't be that too hard to find. I just gotta find ones in my condition. Yes, I know. It sounds stupid. That's like I said I did about 5 times. I bought like cards multiple times. I didn't realize I had them already. Because you know when you're just running around, you just run around looking like, oh, I need that. And you're like, oh, wait. And I come home, I'm organized, like, wait a second, I already bought this one. Like, what card was it I bought like 3 times? The one that comes to mind was believe it or not, Slowbro. I bought Slowbro like 3 times. Thankfully it's not an expensive card. It's like no good condition. It was like most $1.50, so it wasn't that crazy. But yeah, those small ones you buy multiple times, it adds up. That could have been used towards a more heavy hitter card. But it's okay. I'll just add to my collection. It's okay to have some doubles. Alright, so we're gonna do the jungle now. Alright. For jungle, I picked up a lot from the show because there's a lot of commons I did not have at all. And thankfully, at the show, I picked up a lot. So, this is what I picked up today. This in general, I'll give you a scope. This is what I picked up today. So that did a lot of heavy hitting. Yeah, no problem. You won't miss much. I'll still be here. And you guys will see the final project. Alright, I'm just gonna organize some of these. I wonder if the halftime show is on right now. I may jump out the stream for a little bit to see the halftime show if it's showing. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. Yeah, this guy I picked up 3 times. That's from Fossil Set. We want the jungles. We want the jungle ones. So this is actually I had a chance to pick up a really cool card. It's non-hollow, but just the artwork was always my favorite. It was the Jolteon, the Dark Jolteon, but I didn't have enough cash on me, and the person was not budging on the price. So I was like, I didn't want to, be annoying. Kept asking. Only asked once, and he's like, no. So they say no once, just it's okay. So I can always find it again. It's not something I needed right away, but I'd like to do Team Team Rocket because my nickname is Giovanni, and Team Rocket leader is Giovanni. So I'd like to do that, but that's like years away. Because that's going to be hard. If I don't get like a Charizard, and Dark Blastoids, I probably won't do it till I find it. So we got the Raichu. Well, that's Fossil. The Kangaskhan, non-hollow. Wigglytuff, non-hollow. Victory Bell, non-hollow, what I picked up today. Venomoth. The Pinsir, non-hollow. I had the hollow one, but it was too damaged to get. The Vileplume. The Mr. Mime. And Vaporeon. These are the non-hollow ones. We're going to change the casings for these. And it was at the end of the day, so the vendor just wanted to get rid of some of them. So I got a really good deal. So pretty much almost like 3 and 5. Like the price stickers were not what I paid because these were like old pricing. So he gave me a good deal because I bought a bunch of them from him. He's like, I'll give you a good deal. And I averaged around $4 per card or so. So it's not too bad. You'd be surprised. A lot of the non-hollow rares, if they're in really good condition, can be like 15, 20 bucks. Their first edition and stuff, 30. Like I saw a person that had a really heavily played or heavily loved Dragonite first edition. I'm talking like in your back pocket, you scraped it on the floor, Dragon Concrete. A lot of people were looking at it, but he was charging like he wanted about 40 or 35 for it. And his first edition non-hollow. I was like, that's crazy. But people out there will buy it. It's first edition. That's the crazy thing. Nothing wrong with that. Like, it's just that that card is so valuable. Like Dragonite, Gangars, and stuff like that. Because, they're still, like, very popular cards. people will still pay those heavy price for them. Like, this is the first time like I'm actually going in depth with old vintage cards, so I'm learning a lot. And we're gonna get all right, and we'll put that there. That's the last card I got for this set. This is the one. We got the Hollow Jolteon. This one, that was the card I was really afraid and worried about because it's so hard to get. Because that's also a very popular card. That one I was nervous, like I was not gonna get a good deal for that one. And we got the Electrode. You notice that in the first set, base set, the first one that came out, it was non-hollow. It was just like the colorful rainbow background. Then they made the one for Fossil, which is a hollow, which is very cool. Yeah. Then we got the Raichu. They made another Raichu. That's very cool. I also had the Dark Raichu, which was the first secret rare in Team Rocket. So that I have the, which is very cool. Then this one, it was very hard finding a Pidgeot. I was able to get one. Like, it's pretty good. It's a little bit of a print line, but honestly, you have to be nitpicking to see it. But it looks good enough to be in a. It looks good enough to be in a binder. You know, I can see, like, you have to be like really up close and nitpicking. It's a print line, but you know, that's just how it is back then. And Venomoth. I picked this card up before earlier from a friend, but I wasn't really happy with the condition, so I got another one. And this one meets my standards. This card's a special card. We'll put that to the side. And then the Vileplume. And the vendors were pretty cool. They work with me. Like, we buy multiple cards from a vendor. They're more likely and willing to, like, you know, drop off, like, you know, 20% off or 30% off, depending on how much you buy from them. But you have to respect them. If they say no, then, you know, be cool. But they see that you're coming back and you're buying stuff, most of them will drop the price for you. To a certain degree. Alright. So we're gonna get the hollows out the way. I'm just gonna re-sleeve the non-hollows. Because a lot of these have like stickers and some of their casing are old. And we still have this special card. You guys can guess what it is. This was the last card I picked up. Technically, did I finish Fossil? Technically, it's not the last card, so I guess I'll show you now. It's the Nidoqueen. Because we still need, for the hollows, we still need the Pinsir and the Wigglytuff. Those are the only two, so I can't wait to pick those up. If I can find them. Okay, so let's re-sleeve this. This one, Victorian, which is my favorite of the Jolteon, of the EVs, the OG ones, Jolteon. This one was in very, very good condition. That guy was hard to bargain with, but I respected it and just took it. But you know, at the end of the day, it's there, good condition, I'll take it. So that's one. The Vileplume. Nice one right there. I'll leave you guys just 1 second. I just want to see if the halftime show started. So bear with me for 2 minutes. I just want to see what happens. The halftime show has not started, so we're still good. I just heard this very controversial halftime show. I just want to see what happens, so I know what people are talking about tomorrow. Hopefully, I think there's gonna be high expectations for his halftime show. Bad Bunny. This Mr. Mime, I got it for a decent price. I do want to try and clean it up a bit. The surface has a little grimy, but other than that, since it's not like a I got the hollow one, so I'm not that worried about it. I do feel I can clean up a bit. The Victory Bell. This one's in pretty good condition. I'd say this is lightly played, near mint. Pretty good. The surface looks really good. The Jolteon is just amazing. This one is like perfect condition. I'm really happy about that. Apparently no Flareons. I did not see one non-hollow Flareon. I did see one hollow Flareon, but it was really bad shape. So I can't wait to get one of those. The Vileplume, the Venomoth, non-hollow, also in good condition. Like this settler, you can tell he was, well, he was a lot older when I was there, so you can tell that when he was collecting these, he knew to protect them and all that stuff. This is from his like extras and doubles. You can tell this is like from a adult when these first came out, how good condition they are. That's really cool. The Wigglytuff, again from the same seller. Like all the cards from him, I'm not gonna lie, they're like near mint. The only thing wrong with them is what came out the factory. Like they're off or anything. It's just only factory. The pro tip. It's not always the case, but if you're like a older dude and he's selling cards from his own collection, do a little math, like, okay, he probably was like maybe 20 or 30 around those ages when he bought them. So he probably had knowledge to sleeve and protect this stuff. Because that dude, he was at least maybe, he said retired, so he has to be over 65. He was pretty cool. Just does card shows on the side for fun. But he had like a lot of stuff. He had sports cards, like from hockey, all that stuff. He was a sports guy, but he had Pokemon because I guess he likes cards. Like again, his stuff, I cannot lie. Amazing condition. I wish I could buy more stuff from him. But he didn't have a lot of stuff there. And he's pretty fair with the prices. A little more high than what I would want, but he was pretty fair. Because, you know, getting like near mint, be really expensive. The things you learn, collecting, the stuff you have, you don't realize what you have. You do research like, oh, that's worth that, that's worth that. Didn't realize that. Alright. Out of all these we picked up, the only one I just got because like I may never see it again, and it was cheap enough that I didn't mind paying for it, so I might upgrade it, was the Mr. Mime. Just because it's like surface, it feels a little, almost like, I think I can wipe it down, but it has like a little grime, a little gunkiness to it. The back is good. But it was cheap enough. I think I got it for $1 that I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't mind updating it, but in a sleeve, and it's not like a main card, it's good enough to be displayable in a binder. So that's okay. As long as they're good enough to be displayed in a binder, I'm happy with them. But I do want to clean this up personally, so I'm going to take a note. Alright, we're going to do a cleanup. I'm going to write wipe down surface, Mr. Mime. With a damp cloth or something. Where are we? Where's it on my list? You're number 22. 22. Mr. Mime, maybe replace. Maybe. Not really that focused, but if it's cheap enough, I'll replace it. So on this, so far jungle, there's only, oh, I did replace this, so that is no longer an issue because we bought a new one. That's no longer an issue because we got a newer one. And this one, so only one card I need to replace so far. Just Mr. Mime. If I can clean it good enough, I won't replace it. I got a Nuclear Flavor. I had a first edition one, but it was really rough. Yeah, this one's good. Honestly, I can't control what comes out the factory. Alright, so let's organize those. So, from what we're missing so far from Jungle, we're only missing the Pinsir Hollow, and the Wigglytuff Hollow, and Anita Queen non-hollow, and a Pidgeot non-hollow, and a Scyther non-hollow, and Snorlax non-hollow. Apparently, for some reason, Snorlax non-hollow is super expensive. Still, it's a non-hollow, but it's super expensive. I don't understand. Well, Snorlax is a popular card. The Scyther, I'm pretty sure I can get that for a decent price, because I haven't seen any. The Flareon. Oh, man. Sorry, we're missing the hollow Flareon and a non-hollow. I haven't seen the non-hollow one. This one, I don't know. I feel like I have FOMO, not buying it, but I know myself would not appreciate buying that card, especially the back, that condition. But we're gonna put these, organize these so far, what we have. So I'm gonna grab the other deck box. Where did I put it? This other deck box has the rest of the jungles I collected. We're gonna update some of the jungles and fill in some of the ones we're missing. So you guys see. You guys will see. You're like, damn, those cards are rough. But hey, we'll still keep them because I love them all. Alright. So here are some of the jungles I had before. I'll organize that. Don't do the hollows separately because they're in top loaders. Almost had the full set. Alright. So this is a Clefairy I had from my childhood collection. It's first edition. But it's really rough. A lot of whitening on the edges. So I didn't mind picking up a new one. But I'm keeping this because it's from my childhood. I like it. Every card I'm keeping. Even the bad ones I keep. I just want nicer ones to display. So we got that one. So hello Clefairy. Clefable. It's a new one, which looks really nice. Not first edition, but that's okay. I'd rather not have it first edition because I feel like my OCD, if I see a first edition stamp on one of them, I'm going to want all of them to be first edition. I love Pokemon, but I do not love Pokemon enough to spend an extra $30 for common cards since it's just first edition. Maybe if I'm super rich one day. So yes, the fairy, the fable. Keep saying that. Alright, so got the Clefairy, the Fable, I keep saying that. The Fable. So for a non-hollows, Clefable. Electrode, I had this from childhood, that was awesome. The Kangaskhan. This is from childhood. Look at this. This one's super damaged. Super well loved, sorry. On the back, whitening. You can tell this was like in my back jean pocket. But it survived. Look, it's still here. It's still here. That's really cool. Like, look at that. That's well played. Like, this is like... Kangaskhan was like one of my favorites. I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. I still remember this kid who pulled out a hollow one in a top loader, and I remember we were like on a portable on the steps, and I remember he dropped it, and it fell in between the steps and the base of the building, and I remember all the kids were trying to get it back out, and he was crying they couldn't get it. They tried to use a stick, but the sticks were too big. It was like a small crack between the stairs and the building, and the stairs were like solid brick of like concrete, so that was not moving. I don't remember if he got it back or someone came back and got it before he could get it back, but yeah, that sucked. It was like a small little crack, and somehow his card in the top loader fell right through that. I was like, damn, man. Should have gave it to me. You didn't want that card enough. You just threw it away. But, things happen. Alright, so we're organizing these. Yes. So, the Fable, Electrode, the Flareon we do not have. We do have the Jolteon, though. which looks awesome. Got the Jolteon. Now we need Kangaskhan, which we updated. We're in order so far. So this is the new Kangaskhan. Very nice and pretty. Got the Kangaskhan. The Mr. Mime. I did not have one, so I'll take anyone I can get. Just to fill up things out. Mr. Mime. We're clean the surfs on that. The Nidoqueen, I do not have that. I've seen one, but they're charging $35 for a non-holo. I was like, that's crazy. I think I could find one somewhere else. The Pidgeot I do not have. The Pinsir I do have. Oh, I saw the Gengar for Fossil. But the person said to come back to them, and I was looking for them. I couldn't find them. I think they left. Well, that Gengar was not in the greatest condition, but it would have been a nice placeholder. It was really rough, though, so I'm not that mad about it. We got the Pinsir. Scyther, we don't have that non-holo. Snorlax, we don't have. For some reason, people want like $100 for that one. I don't know why. Not first edition. Alright, the Venomoth. We got the Venomoth. Non-holo. Happy for that, because I never had one. The Victory Bell. This is the one I had from childhood and stuff. Look at that. That is crazy. I'll bring it closer. There's like some molding on it, and the back. Well loved, as you can tell. Well loved. That is crazy. So it's very cool to pick up a new one. And look at this one. That is very clean. Very clean. I'm happy about that. I'm still keeping those old ones. So we got Venomoth. We got the Venomoth. The Victory Bell. The Vileplume will be picked up today. Very nice and clean. Very happy with that. And we got the hollow one too of it. We got the Victory Bell. Vileplume. The Wigglytuff. We picked up the Wigglytuff, right? Yes, we did. Yes, the Wigglytuff. But every time I saw the hollow one, it was base at 2. Hold on here. It was base at 2.
Quote, the most
So that's a nice grab. And my favorite evolution. Alright, sorry about that. It's just my favorite evolution. Vaporeon. Actually, Vaporeon comes earlier. Vaporeon is before Venonat. Okay. So Vaporeon goes right here. For non-holos. Okay, now we got, that's the rares. I think we pretty much have all the rest of these. So we got the Butterfree, the Drio, Executor, Pharaoh, Bloom, all in great conditions. Lickitung. That was my one funny Pokemon. Jesse's favorite. There was like a joke when we were kids. Like, oh, Jesse, let's spend a lot of time with Lickitung. You know, Lickitung is very suggestive. That was always a thing. Jesse's favorite Pokemon is Lickitung. Alright, and then we got the Marowak, Nidorina, Parasect, which is a very cool Pokemon. There's actually a theory about Parasect. That Parasect, when's Paris is, I'll show you Paris later on. But Paris, the small guy evolves into, what evolves into Parasect. There's a theory that, you know, in Last of Us, they talk about those mushrooms that basically take control of humans and stuff and basically make them like zombies. There's a theory that when Paris evolves into Parasect, it's basically died. That's why the eyes are white, and it's basically the mushroom taking over its corpse. So yeah, if you ever play Last of Us or any of those movies, that's what that one mushroom that is able to infect its host and take control. It's actually a real thing. It's very scary. There's a theory that Parasect is actually dead and the mushroom took over. That's why the eyes are white. Yeah, Pokemon using very real creepy animal facts. Alright. Anyways, happy thoughts. Persian, Primeape, awesome. Rapidash, Rhyhorn. This is one of the cards I got early on, and I was so impressed because it had such a high hit point. I thought back then the coolest cards had like the highest hit point, which is not true. But to me, it's like, yo, 100 HP. This card is OP. Bars. Hit Rhydon. No, is it supposed to be Rhyhorn? Oh, what's going on here? Wait, we're missing one. Oh, I think there's a mix up on here. Sorry, just checking something. I think my list has a little mix up. Yeah, my sheet put Rhyhorn twice, but it's supposed to be Rhydon. That's a little error there on this list. It's supposed to be Rhydon, so that's correct. Sea King, we have Tauros, Weeping Bell, which is pretty sick. Bellsprout, classic. Cubone, Eevee, that's a very popular one. Execute, Goldeen, Jigglypuff. There's a halftime show or a special commercial with Jigglypuff. I saw that on Twitter, the Pokemon Center. Alright, Jigglypuff, Mankey, Meowth, Nidoran, female, Oddish, Paris, Pikachu, the second print of Pikachu, Jungle Pikachu, the chunky Pikachu, which I love. Then Rhyhorn, then Sparrow, then Venonat, and a Pokeball. Alright, so Jungle is almost complete. We're just missing three hollows. Flareon, Pinsir, and Wigglytuff. Then the non-hollows, Flareon, Nidoqueen, Pidgeot, Scyther, Snorlax. Alright, so I'm happy with that. We're going to put these to the side. We will relocate the ones we replaced and update in the sleeves. We'll put these to the side here. These will be put to a nice spot. Alright, so now we put that back in the cases. We're going to focus on the hollows now. So for the hollows, we have okay. I was going through my little stash. This is I need to grab. Ooh. That can go over here. That's fossil. Okay, we're getting the hollows now. Beautiful. Put this side here. Alright, so for our hollows, let's organize them. By the way, for those who are just joining and watching, I'm Giovanni Hall Art. I like to draw and play video games, and today we're just organizing Pokemon cards. So if you're into that, feel free to like and follow. Check out my page. Alright, so we got the Fable, the Electrode, which is What? Didn't we just have the electrode? Oh, right here. I knew I had that. So we got the electrode, the Flareon we don't have, the Jolteon we do have. Happy pickup today. Got a good deal on that. $15, not bad. Got the Jolteon, the Kangaskhan. I had a Kangaskhan before, but it was really damaged. It was like crease. So we got a newer one. The Kangaskhan. Mr. Mime. The one, oh, I should show you the old Mr. Mime I have. It basically was like, the hauling fulling was non-existent. Funny story, when I was younger, this card got bent, and I thought I could fix it. So I took my mom's iron, and Silamy had the heat on really high, and I had the iron, and I touched, instead of putting like a barrier between it, like a cloth or something, I just took the straight iron and put it on the hollow foiling, and the steam was on, and it just ripped the ink off. So it's basically just a bare mark. So yeah, don't use an iron on your cars to fix them if they're bent. I thought I could fix it. Little did I know, the heat was too high, and you don't want to add steam. I thought I could flatten the card. So I was very upset that day because the card started to crumple and destroy the hollow foiling. I never forget that day. I'm still upset about that. I'll show you the card. I still have it. I kept it, but I was really upset because I destroyed a card for no reason because I just had a little crease. Anyways, that's life. We live and learn. And the Nido Queen we got today. Nido Queen, the Pidgeot, which I'm really happy. I only saw one Pidgeot at the show, only one. I had to grab it. The guy gave me a good deal on it. We got the Pidgeot. The Pinsir we did not grab because it was too damaged, unfortunately. The Scyther from my childhood we do have. And surprisingly, I kept this card in really good condition. Very good condition. You can tell it's really old, but look at the top loader is yellowing. So I put this in the top loader a long time ago. This top loader is so old it's yellowing. This is what it should look like. Clear and yellow, but clear. But this top loader is so old it's yellowing. That's why you always double sleeve your stuff. Alright, so we got the Scyther in there. Snorlax. This was the card I was really worried because I couldn't find. I never had one. It's one of my favorite cards. Boom. Snorlax. This was a tough cookie guy. I got this one. Then there's another vendor. And he had it for like, it was damaged a little bit. We had down for like 65, but since Snorlax is like such a top popular card, I didn't mind paying a little bit more. At least I know I have a really good condition one. And that's a popular card. Alright, so we got the Snorlax. Vaporeon. I had one, but I wanted to update it because, you know, it wasn't that expensive. So I got a newer one. Good deal, too. Most of these guys, if you ask and just be respectful, you should take like 20% off so you can get it lower. You should get lower than what the sticker price is, which is dope. But for a lot of these cards, they did. You just ask, just be nice. They say no, just no, that's okay. Just say, okay, thank you. If it's too high for you, then find another vendor. That's all you gotta do. So we got the Vaporeon, the Venomat. This one I'm really happy about. This is the one, I never had one before, but I got this one from my friend. Pretty dope. Like, it looks pretty good under in a case, but if you look really close, there's a bunch of scratching on the hollow foiling. You can't really see it. So I was like, to my standards, like, no, it was my friend, so I don't mind. I'm still gonna keep this one because my friend gave it to me and it's dope. So I'm gonna keep that. But I did update it for a new one with no crazy damage to hollow foiling. So I got a really good one. And since I bought multiple, so the guy gave me a good deal. So Vaporeon. Was Vaporeon, Venonat. And after Venonat, Victory Bell. Dope. Got the Victory Bell. The Vileplume. Vileplume was also a very cool card. This guy was pretty cool. Give me a good discount. Like, this one is really good condition. There's one little tiny scratch a little bit on the hollow foiling. It's not noticeable unless you're like pixel peeping. Mind you, there's a lot of scratches on the top loader, but underneath, I looked at it, it's like one scratch, but it's like it's not noticeable because it goes in the direction of what the pattern is. So it's so minor. It's like one little scratch, get discounted, or buy one without a scratch, was like almost double the price. You have to pick your poison. If you're trying to do a whole set, like how much do you love Vileplume, and is it decent to look in the display case? Because when you have like this, you're not seeing nothing. If you like zoom in, you'll probably see it. But other than that, it's like, pay an extra $30 for one where it looks more pristine, or 15. Yeah, 15 is not that bad. The one's pretty good, and the back is pretty good too. All right, and then got the Venonat Visual. We don't have the Wigglytuff. Where's this Raichu fall into? Oh, that is Fossil. That's why. That's in the wrong pile. Alright, so that is it for the hollows. What we picked up. And the ones I had before. So we'll put those away. And now we'll focus on Fossil. I'm going to take a quick little break. I will be back. Because I want to see if the halftime show started. So bear with me. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Halftime show starts probably 5 minutes. Alright, I'm back. I'm not sure if the halftime show started or if I missed it, but it'll be on YouTube. Let's continue from here. We get a drink and continue. Yeah, I'm not sure the halftime show started or not. Alright.
glamorous sex party I've ever been to. It's like the movies Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Is it? This is all legal?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Apparently, a lot of the devotees are not hired, like they're not paid for performing.
Oh.
So
wait.
I think there's like legal loopholes.
Oh, so, okay. I see.
Yeah. Which
So what is everyone doing there?
each other. Yeah.
Oh.
So you
okay.
pay to get in, you pay to be a member. First of
Uh-huh.
all, you need to buy membership, and that ranges from 30,000 a year to could be
Damn.
100,000. And then you pay to get into each party.
That's crazy.
And then once you get in, I'm
let's
sure
keep
that
going.
there are concessions like free drinks and free food, but that's not really what people are there for. They're there
That
to
is-
do other things. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think the prices have changed. I think those were the prices at its height. If I'm not mistaken, on Reddit recently, they had a couple go in for like $1,000 for the couple. It's insane. Yes, it's insane. But they were not paying a whole salary a
That's
year
so
to be a member.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Former partygoers would argue. Damon, the original founder of Sanctum, he was so selective about who he let into the doors. It wasn't some cheap sex party where everybody brings a date and you automatically swap. There's a very big difference between a sex party and a Sanctum party. The founder, Damon, states, I have no desire for a swingers party here, but I do want to open dialogue about how we can come out of our fear of sexuality. So in order to enter, you must send a message on Facebook to Sanctum. At least that's how it started. Eventually they get so big, they have their own like curated submissions page. It's just very tedious to get an invite. There's no guarantee. To even pay to be a guest at one of the parties, you have to submit photos of yourself. You have to appear presentable. You have to answer questions such as, what turns you on the most? Now link all of your social media handles so we can vet you. You're supposed to be honest, but you can't help but feel like there's a right answer for every question. Like, what do you mean is the hottest thing I've done? I feel like this is, what do you mean? Now I feel like I'm answering an SAT test. You will be likely given an address to pick up your tickets.
This is an anthem for the human spirit, for the unseen force behind every breakthrough, every act of courage, every moment of compassion,
All right,
for
Jungle.
the unexplainable strength we find
a lingerie.
All right, for Jungle, let's do the non-hollows. These are the ones I had from before. They're pretty much in order already. And the ones I picked up, we're going to change some of their sleeving and casing. The Zapdos, it's a little rough, but I have the hollow version, so I don't really feel like I need to get a pristine version of this. I can wipe this down a little bit, clean it up. It's pretty decent. Since I have the hollow one of it, I don't think I need a pristine version of that. Because if I'm displaying them, I'll probably display the hollow one first, obviously. We got a Ditto, very good condition. A Dragon Knight, very good condition. The Hypno, very good condition. Like, the only thing wrong with them is just factory cut, little off-centering, stuff like that. The Moltres, I wish I got more cuts from this guy. But he didn't have all the ones I wanted, or people bought them earlier. The Moltres, very good condition. You tell this guy, he was younger, but you can tell he sleeved and protected all of his cards. Because all the cards from him are like really good condition. This Kabutops. I didn't find a holographic version of this. I did not see one today. There's one at my local card shop, but the condition is really bad. And they're asking a really high price for it. There's no way that in that condition is that much. I picked up this bad boy. I had one before, but it's really bad. So I'm happy to update that. Got the non-hollow version of Muck, which is awesome. I got a Raichu. It's not the one I wanted, but I learned today that the 4th edition prints are more rare than the base set prints. They didn't make a bunch of them. Because basically it's just the only difference between 4th set print versus the 4th set unlimited print versus the 3rd set unlimited print is the dating. For example, I'll show you. Instead of it saying 1999, it says 1999 to 2000. That's the only difference compared to if it was the same card. Obviously, Muck is not the same, but if you got the fourth edition print of it, it says 1999. The way how I discovered that the fourth set print was worth more was when I went to the guys like, hey, because I'm very OCD. I started looking at cards like, wait, someone says 2000. I want them all to say 1999. So I had a 2000 Pidgeot, and the guy was like, oh, I want that card. I'm like, why? He's like, because it's worth more. I'm like, really? This guy? Shout out to this guy. He was very honest. Cause I asked him, can I trade you my 2001 for your 1991? He said, why would you want to do that? I was like, because I just OCD. I want them all to have the same date on the bottom. Said that one is actually more rare. It's like, really? Like, I would buy that or trade that one off for you and give you some cash. I'm like, no, what? Thank you for being so honest. Like, yeah, man, that one's better. So I just kept that one, and I just bought the other one off him instead. So I'll just keep it. So yeah, that's how I discovered that. That's the difference. Pretty cool. And the slow bro. This is the card I bought 3 times. I bought this card like 3 times. You think this card would stand out because it's purple and stuff. I bought this card 3 times. I keep mixing up slow bro with slow poke. This one's in pretty good condition. A little bit of bending, but it's not like a chase card, so I'm not that upset. Oh, here's the Pidgeot we're talking about. See? This says 2000. And it's a rare one too, right? So rare cards cost more. Yeah, I'm happy about that. And this one's in really good condition. So a happy accident, if you will. A happy accident. So that to the side. Because we already have that in our base set. But I will probably still look for a Raichu that's 1999 just for consistency sake. But I'm going to keep that one, so it's going to be a placeholder. And we got these 2 bad boys. One of my local card shop was charging a lot for a beat up one. They were charging like, how much was it? I can't remember the price, but it was really beat up and bent. So I was really happy that I was able to find one in a very good condition. It was a little bit more, like, but better price and better condition. So we got these 2 bad boys to pick up. And I have these ones hollow, which is awesome. So take these out of top loaders because they don't need to be in top loaders. Well, eventually they will be in top loaders when I work on my secret project, but this vendor, again, very, very good condition for the cards. Appreciate that. I'm not even have to change sleeves on those. All right. These sleeves are pretty good, so I'm gonna keep these sleeves on because look like the same sleeves I use. Good check. They're shorter. These are more closer fit, so I'm gonna change them out so all the sleeves are the same. Yeah, let's do it. Change the sleeves. There is a debate. I'm not sure. I still have to do my research. But these are just the penny sleeves, so I'm not that fussy. But when I do decide to put them all in top loaders or put them in a binder or whatever, top loader binder or something, I'm not sure if I should get the penny sleeves, what are like the regular size ones, or the inner sleeves, or they call them, or perfect fit, where it's like smaller. These seem like they're kind of perfect fit sleeves because there's less gap in spacing. They seem like they fit closer. But someone's telling me that perfect slit over time can like down with the edges and all that stuff. I'm not sure how true it is, but these sleeves, I can find more sleeves like this one. I like it more. It feels more premium. So I may try to look for sleeves like that. But I guess, the bigger the sleeve, more protection from a little more of a buffer. The things you learn when you get back into a hobby. I've been slowly collecting Pokemon, just buying like 1 or 2 or 3 packs of the newest sets. Are you live right now? Yes, I am live right now. Again, amazing condition. I wish I could buy more cards from this vendor. But he did not have all this stuff. I did get his contact information to send him a list of things I'm looking for. And I will be doing that because his stuff is quality. I cannot complain. Cannot complain. But then again, it's nice to be able to pick up cards you're not really that passionate about for a cheaper price because, they're not like, they're in good enough condition to display. Like this one has a little whitening, but I'm not really that fussy to pay like $20 for a pristine one. I did buy this card 3 times, which is kind of ridiculous. I keep forgetting. That's okay. That's part of the fun. Let's get some more penny sleeves here to sleeve these ones up so they're all the same sleeves. Some of these sleeves have price tags on them, which are not accurate. Alright, and they're older. This muck, very good condition. Same seller again. The Raichu, that's the different brand, but still good. Leave that up. So we have uniform sleeves. And I'm really happy about this one. Because the one I had was beat up. You guys will see it when we start organizing. Surprisingly, have you guys heard about the Kabuto King guy? I was looking around, and apparently it's only really the first edition Kabutos. What he evolves, what his pre-evolution, but this guy. Apparently it's only the first edition ones that are really high in price. But even like the unlimited print ones, some of them were going for like $10 and stuff, which is crazy. Because I look at the price before this whole Kabuto King thing was, and they were like pristine condition, maybe like $5 or $3. But now the first edition ones are going for like 30, almost $40, which is insane. I'm not sure what first edition Kabuto prices were before, but I knew it went up because of that whole thing. I heard that guy, he just really likes to collect them, and he doesn't plan to sell them or anything, but nothing's written in contract or legally, so. And I wouldn't be mad if he did decide to sell them because, he raised the price of them. Legally, he can do whatever he wants with those cards, so. Just interesting. Again, this seller, I want to buy more cards from him because his prices were fair and all of them were like super good conditioning. It seemed like he didn't really care about pricing that much. He just wanted to move away his doubles because he had like his master set done and just had a bunch. Again, thank you, sir. I got his number. Ooh la la, I know. I got his number because I was really impressed with the quality of cards he was offering and his pricing. So definitely want to stay in contact. He gave me, he's like, hey, you want my number? Like, yes, sir. I think because he figured I kept coming back to him buying stuff. Like, all right, this guy means business. He's not wasting my time. So the vendor knows you're not wasting his time and you're a serious buyer, and you do come back on your promises when you tell them to hold a card and you do come back, they will more than likely be willing to help you find the cards you need and to tell you when they have stuff and give you a good discount because they know that taking $1 or $2 off is worth it because that means you'll buy more from them. So they appreciate that. And if you're respectful, they like that too. They know in the long run, that dollar they're fighting on, they probably can make more from you if you feel like you're getting a deal, which they do give you a deal. They can sell more to you. They can move more product. And when they're moving more product, the overall, that dollar that you're fighting for, not fighting for, but negotiating, is not that big of a deal. It means, if I let him save $1 here, he's going to buy 2 more cards. That adds up. And then when you divide it, you end up what? You divide the cost, split the cost, whatever. You end up like, getting like $1 less, but you move 10 more cards. So it's volume, not exactly the numbers. Alright, so those are all re-sleeved. Again, that vendor made all the cards I got from him were perfect. It's like he put them right in a binder as a kid. All of them were perfect. Alright, so we're gonna go through this list. The non-hollows. Interesting enough, for Jungle, a lot of cards that are non-hollow are hollows. So there's a bunch of reprints. So basically they did hollow version of it and a non-hollow version of it. Just to add more cards to that pack. And to make the rare slot even more like crazy and harder to get. Like, oh, I got a Ditto, what's non-hollow one? By the way, I never realized this was the first Ditto print and this is what the artwork looked like until I decided to do a base set or complete a whole set. I didn't realize. I don't think I ever seen this card. Maybe I might have when I was younger, just don't remember it, but I did not realize this is the first Ditto. Well, not the first Ditto, but the first printing artwork of Ditto. Very cool. Alright, let's organize these. This, I'm surprised. I went through my collection of cards and stuff. This was unsleeved, but the condition of it, it was pretty much near mint. Somehow this card survived years of being unsleeved, but yet the condition was so good. This was unsleeved for years. To be honest, a lot of my cards I kept organized and I put in boxes, so I didn't really play with them. I just collected them, so I will look at them once in a while. That's probably why. Cards I got from people were obviously a lot of damage. But surprisingly, this card, I was really impressed. Unsleeved for years. And apparently this is one of the more expensive non-hollows, because it's Articuno. So I'm really happy I had this from childhood. It saved me a lot of money. Alright, let's organize these. So, for non-hollows, we're gonna skip all the hollows here. That though. So Aerodactyl we picked up today, which is freaking amazing. I'm happy about that. Super good condition. Are you live right now? Yes, I am. So, Aerodactyl, checked off. I was checking a bunch of these off at the show. Aerodactyl, Articuno, Ditto, Dragonite. Honestly, this was probably the best deal I got from out the whole show. This Dragonite in like super pristine, good condition. I got it for a very, very good price. I'm afraid to even say the price. It was very fair. Like, I would be an idiot to say no to that vendor. And know what it was? Because I was buying multiple cards from him. That's why I got it for that price. I was buying multiple. Alright, so we got the Dragonite. The Hollow Dragonite? Very popular card, obviously. It's so much, even damage. It was like $300. I was like, oh my god. That card is $300? Even damage? Or near mint to damage? Oh, crazy. If I did not have a Dragonite from childhood, I probably would not be picking up one anytime soon. It's like almost getting close to Charizard territory. Almost. Probably Dragonite, Gengar, and Charizard are probably, and Blastoise and Venusaur, as you know, the starters, are probably the most expensive cards out of the base set in Fossil and Jungle, in my opinion. Even the non-hollow Dragonite, which is crazy. We got the Dragonite. The Gengar. Someone had the Gengar. It was a little beat up, but it would have been great to pick it up as a filler card. But that person left and I couldn't find them. But they're asking kind of a ridiculous price for the condition, though. So I'm not too mad about it. But I know that when I do find a Gengar, It's gonna be a little pricey than what I want to pay for it. Just like Dragonair. Dragonair is probably like another expensive card. Wasn't expecting. So we do not have the Dragonair. We don't have the Gengar or Haunter, surprisingly, but I have the hollow ones of it, which is okay. We got the Hypno, which we'll be replacing from my childhood Hypno, non-hollow. As you see, molding again. A lot of these cards, because I had to store them. Some of these cards were stored like in my garage, like a detached garage, and that detached garage had a hole in the roof a little bit. Some of them got water damage and moisture. I basically had them in a Ziploc bag, pretty much. So somehow they got, moisture, some damage in the back. Look at that. Look at that whitening. Oh my god. This is when you don't store your cards in the garage, detached garage, or there's like a little bit of a leak in a Ziploc bag. Back then, I didn't have sleeves. I really knew about sleeves. I knew about them, but I didn't have money as a kid to buy sleeves. Plus, I got the cards from friends when they were already being used and damaged. Because, kids didn't have sleeves. But, that's okay. We got a new one. I'm still keeping this Hypno. All the ones that are damaged, I'm keeping them because it just reminds me of my childhood, pretty much. Like, oh, when you play with the cards, not treat them like, investments. But I don't. I just got these for nostalgia reasons. These are great. I'm just having a good time looking at these. Memories. Oh my god. I remember I was really a fan of Hypno because I thought it was cool from the Pokemon episode where it was a bunch of kids. No, it was a Drowsy and Hypno. Like a bunch of rich people in a tower and they're using Drowsy and Hypno to help them fall asleep and stuff. Was affecting all the other kids, so you don't understand. Back then, those Pokemon episodes were pretty. Some of them were kind of dark and scary. Like the one with Sabrina. If you guys know the episode with Sabrina, that one's crazy. Basically, she turned her parents into like voodoo dolls, and she had like psychic types like Alakazam and stuff. And those episodes were kind of scary. Sabrina was a monster. Not a monster, but she was a troubled child. She turned her parents into dolls. Those older Pokemon episodes are nowhere like the ones we have today. Like some of them were like horror stories. All right, sorry, I'm again losing track. Just reminiscing. I am talking a lot, but hey, that's what we're here for. Okay, Hypno. So, yeah, sorry. So we got Hypno, Kabutops. Did I pick up a non-hollow Kabutops? I think I did. Yes, I did. Again, pristine, good condition. Amazing seller. Got the Kabutops. The Labras. I saw a Labras today, but it was in too much of a bad condition. It was really cheap. I should have got it, but when you're trying to buy bigger hits, you are counting your dollars a lot more. So you can pull towards the cards you really need. I could have got it, but conditioning was not good. It was wavy. The card was wavy, so it wasn't about surface waviness. So, Kabutops. So we don't have the Lapras, but we have the hollow one, which I also updated. The Magneton. This is the Magneton from childhood. It's pretty good condition. I upgraded it because I don't know why I upgraded this card. It's pretty good enough already. Wait, let me see. Let me take out the sleeve. Sometimes forget why. Oh, it was a surfacing. It's kind of hard to tell on this camera. It's not really scratch, but it's more like you tell something was rubbed against it a lot. As you can see, it's not as shiny and smooth. So it's probably like being put in the sleeves raw in and out a lot. So it was the surfacing. That's why I replaced it. It's not about being damaged or bent. It's more like it's rubbed a lot. That's why I replaced it. Now I remember. The surfacing was like very, almost like not a good polish. That's why. But it's not bad. But surface, the overall look of the surface not good. Now when I got this one, I'm really happy about it. I'll pull it out. See the difference. See? Now, see how smooth that looks? Yeah, that looks way better to me. Yeah. It's a nitpick, but it was there. It was a good condition, good price. I don't mind updating the card if it's like, well, if it's like more expensive cards, I'm probably not gonna try to update them because it's too much money. Maybe later on, sure. But right now, as long as it looks good in the binder and near mint, I'm happy. But that's nitpicking. Alright, so we got the Magneton updated, checked off. The Moltres, amazing condition. Got the hollow one too. Moltres is perfect. Like a perfect card. It's like fresh out the pack, almost. Literally, it's fresh out the pack condition. The Muck, again, same guy, fresh out the pack condition. I didn't have a Muck non-hollow, surprisingly. Or I had the hollow. So those are two cards I had to get, the hollow and non-hollow. I never had it in my own collection, sadly. Alright, the Raichu. I'm happy about that, but I do want to get a 1999 one, not the 1999 to 2000. Even though this one is more rare. But just for consistency, I want to see all 1999. So this one, it is a placeholder. But since the holographic one, if I was to display it, would probably put in the case, I'm not too fussy about that. So this can work as a placeholder. But I do see it as a good price. I'll grab it. And the Raichu. The Zapdos. The Zapdos, again, same situation. I feel like I can wipe this card down. I can clean up a bit. It's not bad. There's a little bit of smudge on it. But overall, it looks pretty decent. Like a little bit of a smudge down here. That could just be from the printing, to be honest. I feel like if I can wipe it down with a little bit of like a damp cloth, just the edge right here, I'll be fine. The back is pretty good. There's a little bit of a scuff here, but it's the back. And it's like, do you want to pay full price for a little bit of an imperfection? Or get one that's decent and can clean up a little bit, and then boom. Yeah, so that's good enough. It's good enough for displaying purposes. For a binder. It's good enough for a binder. Zapdos. And actually, funny enough, I remember mentioning earlier that I bought a couple of cards a couple of times I didn't realize. This card, for some reason, was one of the hardest cards to get. One of my local stores had it, but I felt it was way too high of a price for its conditioning. Then I was able to find someone online, and I bought it from them. And then I started to realize the couple cards I bought from him were in German. I was like, why do you have cards in German? Because back then, I wasn't really paying attention. I just saw the artwork and I saw the name, like, okay, that has to be it. I didn't think about, oh, snap. These cards are in other languages. So I bought this card in a different language. So I was like, ah, shoot, I gotta buy it again. Then I bought the other card. My fault. I didn't inspect it good enough. Then when I got it home and looked at it, there's actually a pinhole through the bottom part of it. I already placed it. This is the third one I bought. Luckily, I bought them for a good price. Nothing crazy. Because the other two were a little rough, so like, $1.50. Then the second one I bought, it was English, right language, but it was in a top loader and stuff. I didn't realize when I inspected it, there's actually a pinhole. Like someone took a pin, like a push pin, and pushed it through. So I was like, I can't have a card with a hole in it. I finally got this good copy. So these two cards were bought multiple times. This card, the first one I bought, I had in my own collection. I looked at it and I realized, oh snap, it's bent and had a crease. Like I could do better. And I bought another one and I looked at it. It looked pretty good. The person I was buying from was the room didn't have the best lighting. And it was like after 6, so it was already like getting dark. They didn't have the best line. Then when I brought it home in this line, it sees a bright light. I looked at it, it's like, oh my god, it's creased again. But it was at the bottom on the yellowing, so you couldn't see it. But if you're nitpicking, I was like, oh my god, I can see it. And if I see a crease, creases really bother me. I was like, I can't, especially on the front. Like, no, I gotta get another one. So I picked up this one up today. So I'm happy. Those were my mistakes, though, for not checking. So we got the Zapdos Bark. Am I saying that correctly? Oh, I didn't put the Hitmonlee in there? My bad. Sorry, my G. You are number 22. Alright. Perfect. Did I get the Kabutops? Yes, I did. I need this one hollow. I need that one. Alright. Kabutops. Cloyster. Another card. This was one of the cards I got too. That was also in a different language because I bought a bunch of fossils from him. So that was also the other one that's in German. This one and the Graveler. And a Kabuto. So it was like 4 cards in German. I didn't realize that. I wonder if he knew. But it's alright, you know. It is what it is. I didn't pay too much for them, so I'm not that mad. It was a little irritating that I had to buy it 3 times or twice for some because it was in the wrong language, and that money could have went towards other things. But the guy I bought this from, he was pretty cool. He gave me a bunch of cards. He just wanted to get rid of his cards. He didn't care. He was very nice, so he gave me like really, really cheap on a lot of the cards where I had to buy again. He was selling like a bunch of fossils. So I was like, oh, thank you. So, you know, it worked out in the end. Ghastly. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to speed up a little bit. Alright. So we got the Ghastly. Checked off good. Bull Bat. Bull Duck. Ah, the Golem. I had to buy that twice because that was another one that was German. And this guy was in German too. Oh man, that was hard. I think I bought a lot of cards again in Fossil. Now I'm thinking about the Magmar I bought 3 times. No, twice. Because one in my childhood was bent. It was like on the yelling, you couldn't see it. Then the other one I got, it was kind of bent, and I didn't like it. So I just got this one, which is more... It has no creases, which I like, and it's in good condition. So... Golduck, Golem, Graveler. Golem, Graveler, Kingler. I had to buy that again. It was bad condition. Magmar. Amistar. I was going to pick this card up again, because I feel like I could have got a better one. But again, I was like, do I really want to update this card? Because it has a little whitening here. But it's going to be the back, and I told myself, I'm really nitpicking. So it's okay to have this one. So I ended up putting it back, save myself some money. Nitpicking will cost you money. If I'm not going to see the back of it for most of the time, once in a binder, a little whitening is not too bad. Sandslash. Seadra. The infamous slow bro. I bought it 3 times. There it is. I finally got one that I approve of, which I'm really happy. As I recall, I think, yes. This one, even though it's like super good conditioning, I don't know if you can see it. It's on the front of the card. I can see it. It's kind of hard to see with this lighting. I have to get the right angle. There's a crease on the corner right here. Kind of hard to see, but it's right there. I know it's nitpicking. It's no big deal, but I know it's there. So I was like, maybe you can see it like this. See it? Crease on that corner. There's something about creases on the front I can't deal. The back I'll let slide, but the front, no. So I'm gonna put this one here, but I'm still gonna keep it. I got this one. This one I'm happy with. It's not perfect. It's a little bit of a dent here. I'd rather take a dent on the bottom of the card, because you can always fix that out and flatten it out, than a crease. So it's like it got a little chop here in the bottom, but that looks solid to me. So happy with that one. Update. The Tentacool. I have a note on the Tentacool. I have a note on it, but I'm pretty sure I replaced this. Let's see why I put a note on it. Is there an issue? That's so minor. It's just the corner. It may have a little bit of a dent, but it's so minor, it's not worth really complaining about because you can't really see it. Like a little dent on the corner. Not a crease, so I'll let it slide. You know, Tentacool's not that expensive, but like again, we're at a car show, you only have a limited amount of cash. Gotta make your dollars count. So I was like, do I really want to replace a car for a small dent? No. I'd rather save that money, put towards the bigger hits. So yeah, we're gonna keep these. Yeah, Raichu, I wanted 1991, so I have it in the set, but yeah. I'm gonna clean this one up, so maybe replace. So far, all of them are good so far. Alright. But yeah, this stream is looking at it and seeing what needs to be good. Or what's good. Wheezing, replaced that one from my childhood. I did a lot of replacing, like, off stream, but today was such a good haul, it's like, man, I just record myself streaming. And then when I do my secret project, you guys probably figure what it is. You're like, oh, that's cool. This is like documenting. Alright. So we got the wheezing. Wheezing. Good. Ekans. Geodude. Shout out. One of my favorite. That used to be my nickname. A lot of people used to say, what up, Geodude? You know, Giovanni, Team Rocket, or Geodude. And there were a lot of kids say, I know how to spell your name. Like, okay, spell it. G-O. I'm like, no, that's incorrect. Or when they do try to spell it, they spell it G-E-O. My nickname, but it should be G-I-O. So that was always funny to me. Or G-O. Like, no, let's go. Thank you, though. We got the Geodude. The Grimer. Yes. You guys want to see a cool Grimer? If I have it? No, it's somewhere else. There's a Grimer from Team Rocket, which is technically banned, because I guess it kind of simulates something inappropriate. It shows a Grimer coming out of a manhole, and there's a girl walking. You don't see her full face, and then you see her legs and her skirt. So it kind of implies that the Grimer is kind of getting an upskirt look. Well, it doesn't really, but it's banned because, you know, they censor everything. So technically, I collect those because sometimes it's a funny card to have. So Grimer is just like a grimy character already. So yeah, actually, let me find it. I was going to grab a second one today, but again, I was counting my pennies because, you know, limited cash on hand. So it's not like a hard card to get, but it was funny. Let's see if I can find it here in my set. So I do plan to do Team Rocket. And I got a very good condition Grimer, which I think is awesome. Nope, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! In here. Wrong box. I'll show you the Rocket Grimer. It was very funny to me. If I see it, I'll probably grab him again. It'd be cool to have two. I have one from childhood that's in bad condition. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, so much stuff to go through. This has some newer stuff in here. Here it is. I thought that was funny. He's not looking obscure, but you know, people are very sensitive. But it's just it implies. Yeah, because he's definitely not looking at her, but this card got banned. The artwork did. But there's other people, but it's just because the girl has a skirt and he's peeking through a sewer. They're like, oh, that looks bad, it's inappropriate. So I think that card's pretty funny. I like that. Apparently there's a Pokemon card with a bunch of symbols. I think it's like it's a trainer card, and it apparently has a not so nice pinwheel on it. And I know that card is it's banned. If you know what I mean. It's not a not so nice four-sided pinwheel without the circle around it. If you know what I mean. That symbol appears on that card, so that card the band card. Then the Sabrina Gengar. It has a graveyard in the back. I still want Sabrina Gengar. I think that's the coolest card ever for Gengar. One of the coolest. And then Misty. I think Misty's Tears. That's another card. Because it shows Misty. It's a silhouette of Misty, but I guess it's inappropriate because it implies that Misty is naked. It's a side profile. It's a silhouette. You can't see this in shadow. And she's holding the Starmie or Staryu. The Staryu's injured. It was like, her comforting Staryu. But apparently that was too risque for a children's game. That card's banned. I would like to have one. The banned cards, just to say, hey, I got this Gengar in the graveyard. Or this Grimer, which I do have. Trying to get an upskirt, it's funny. Alright, but that's not the case. We've got Grimer. Sorry, long tangent for Grimer. Horsey, Misty. One of her shells carried around. The Kabuto. Again. Card. I bought, not first edition ones, but, unlimited. I had to buy this one again, because it was in German. I was so happy when I got one. I was like, yes, I got one. Then I started looking at the card like, wait a second. I cannot read, or it's a different language. And I started reading like, that's a different language. I got too excited and didn't realize it's a different language. That's why when you see a card you like, make sure you get the right one. I started to learn that. So I made a lot of mistakes. If I knew earlier, make sure I buy the right edition ones and the right language. Krabby. Almanite. Psyduck. This card was hard to find for some reason. I don't know why. Psyduck. Shelter. Slowpoke. I never had a Slowpoke. I was surprised throughout my whole set. Never had one. I had to go buy that card. I had a bunch of Tentacles. I had a childhood for sure. Zubat. And these are some of the cards I've never seen before. Didn't know about until recently. I had to get them for my set. Mr. Fuji. I've never seen this card before until the day I got it, like last week. That was cool. I need it for the set. Andrew Search. I don't remember this card. Gambler. I swear I haven't seen none of these before. I had none of them in my collection. Back then I didn't collect trainers. I only focused on the Pokemon cards. There's a lot of trainers I've never seen before, especially for a base set. So yeah, that is it for the non-holos. So for the non-holos, we're just missing a Lapras. That one I'm afraid if I try to find it in good condition, it's gonna be expensive. The Haunter and Gengar I already know gonna be expensive. It is such a popular card. So that's it for the non-holos. Lapras, Haunter, Gengar. So 3 non-holos here. And it's Kabutops. So I only need 4 more cards. The fossil set is done. And I will do an update when I get that last card for this set. Or the last rare card. I'll let you guys know what the last card I get to finish my base set collection and fossil and jungle. So we're just missing Kabutops holo, Gengar non-holo, Gengar Haunter non-holo, Lapras. So alright. That's cool, that's cool. Alright. Let's look at the holos now. Organize those. So for the holos, Aerodactyl. I upgraded this card because it was in such bad condition. Actually, it wasn't that bad condition. I just wanted an updated one. They knocked a few dollars off the sticker price. But then again, some of these cases are not the right cases. Then Aerodactyl, Articuno. I updated this one because the one I had was not in good condition. It was beat up. I was a kid. I got it from kids who gave it to me. And they damaged it already. So I didn't damage it. I just protected it. The Ditto. I didn't know this was a holo card. First time seeing this one. And this card. I'm going to change the sleeve on this one. The old case. This is probably the Dragonite. This one's from childhood. I'm so happy I had the foresight to protect this card. Is this every time I see this card at shows or at a car shop, it's super expensive, over $300. And I swear, if I did not have my own, I probably would just sell on a non-hollow version because I don't have $300 to spend on a single card, which is a lot of money. I'm so happy I have this. I'm just gonna update this. This is from childhood. As you can see, the top loader is so old and yellowy. It's an old top loader. We're gonna replace them. But yeah, and we're gonna replace the sleeve. This one is in. I would say if I had to give this uh, a rating, kept in really good condition, I would give it honestly. This will get a 7 or 8. I'm so happy this card I kept in good condition. But I don't think I'll be able to afford to replace it or to add to my collection. So I'm really happy. Yeah, pretty good. I'm happy with that. We're giving it a new sleeve, new home. Yeah, super expensive cards. I'm not replacing because the difference between a little nick or a little whitening there versus the whole card is like, you really want to spend $200 to replace a nick or a micro scratch? I don't know about you, but I'm not that rich. I'll be fine with my childhood one. This sleeve is. I'm gonna get a bunch of new top loaders, but I'm gonna put this one in here. I'm happy with this. The surface on this one is pretty amazing. I learned a new trick. Apparently, this is how you put them in there thing without bending them. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Good stuff. Alright, perfect. Okay. Another one was really cool. Was one I was really afraid was a Dragonite, Aussie Charizard. I did not have the Gengar. This is the only one was really expensive to get for me at the moment. Next to the Snorlax, only two. The Gengar. And this one is like, honestly, if I was to get this rated, I'm looking at the censoring. The only thing, nothing's wrong with it. The only thing that you can claim about is maybe it's a little off center. Other than that, the surface is perfect. You can't control what comes out the factory and how they cut it. Like that's like just luck of the draw. But other than that, it's perfect. Centering's a little off, but other than that, it's perfect. And it gave me a good deal. I think I got like almost $25 off it because I bought a bunch of other stuff. So not that bad. Which is pretty close to what people are paying in the second market. So not bad. Like $25 off because I bought a bunch of other stuff from them. But yeah, these are the two most expensive and fossil. Half from childhood. This is the one that's like, damn. This card made me made me rethink. Do I really want to complete this set or do this? Like, if a lot of them gonna have stuff like that, it's like, I don't know. But I bit the bullet on this one, and I'm happy. I'm not mad at it. I never had this one. And plus, it's an iconic card. Or iconic Pokemon, Gengar. Because Gengars are very popular. The Gengar, we got that. And now, the Haunter. I never had one. I didn't know it was a hollow. This one's in pretty good, pristine condition. So I'm not mad about that. The Hypno. Hollow. That's the right order? No, we have to add something there. Hitmonlee. Because we did pick up a Hitmonlee. I'm happy with this one. How much did I get for this one? This is not sticker price. This was, I got it for like 16 maybe. It was pretty cool. Pretty good. 16, so I'm not mad at that. So we got the Gengar, Haunter, the Gengar, Haunter, then Hitmonlee, then the Hypno, which is dope. Lapras. I had to update my childhood one. No, this is the childhood one. No, I kept the childhood one. Because I went to a store and I brought my old cards to see, like, is it worth updating or not? This casing is really old because it's yellowing. Was like, my Lapras was actually in better condition than the one they were selling, so I kept mine. No point. It's like, do I really need to place it because it has a little bit of a surface scratch? We can't really see. It's like super tiny. It's like, I don't really want to pay a lot of money to fix a scratch. Well, you're not gonna see unless you're, nitpicking. So I kept mine. So save money there. And I was surprised how cheap Magneton was. I never had one. And the artwork I still think is really amazing, so I'm not mad. I picked one up. I needed it. And it looks cool. And it's not that crazy. So that's not a bad pickup. The Moltres was in good condition. Pretty good. Yes, it was. Only thing was, it's off center on the back. It made a little bit white in that one corner. Other than that, pretty good condition. This Muck, I didn't have one. And I'm not really that invested. It has a little bit of a micro scratch, but I needed one. I was like, okay. I was about to bull and just have one in the set. I'm not that really invested. Zapdos. I think I was overcharged for this one. I'm not really happy about this one. This purchase. But I saw one at another store and it was way cheaper. But you live and you learn. Make sure you do your research before. I think I got excited that it's like, oh, it's there. It's like phone's like, I gotta grab it now. So word of advice, shop around. Unless it's something you know you really want and did your research, shop around. This is the only card I feel bad about getting because, like, that's a little bit overpriced. I think I could have got it for half that, to be honest. But hey, you live, you learn. Early mistakes. At the end of the day, we're almost done. And then this Raichu I'm really happy with. I bought 3 cards from this vendor, so he lowered the price down, so I got to about around 30, which is pretty good. I'm telling you, buy multiple cards from a vendor, and they will lower the price. So I got about the 3 cards each for 30. So those are Raichu and something else. So yeah, we got the holo. Is that the right order? No, it's Raichu and Zapdos. Okay, and then Muck. Perfect. And all we're missing from this for the holos is the boot tops. 1 holo missing. And the rest we got. So 1 holo. And then 1, 2, 3. 3 rares, non-holo. So 3 cards from that, then we'll be done. So we're going to put that in the box with the rest of the holos. Then I'm going to buy a bunch of new top loaders. Enough so I can top load everything after I get all the cards. Because these top loaders are pretty old and rough and scuffed up. Then I need to buy a top loader binder. But I think when I get all the cards, then I'll do that. And I'll replace the sleeves, obviously, inside these top loaders because I want them all uniform. So, in total, we're missing 12 cards. Then I'll have my childhood memories completed. 12 cards from completing childhood memories for nostalgia reasons. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll give an update later on. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.